Layers of Fear 2 has made its way onto Nintendo Switch. Layers of Fear 2 has made its way onto Nintendo Switch and aims to deliver a great psychological thriller horror experience on the handheld console. While the game does deliver in some of these aspects, the experience is held back by a few design choices.
A little spark is all it takes to set the human soul on fire.
In Layers of Fear 2, the player takes on the role of an unnamed Hollywood actor who finds himself on a sinking ship, literally, not metaphorically. He initially accepted a call from a mysterious director who provides instructions to become a leading role in their films. This all leads to the actor being led down the rabbit hole and into a descent of madness as all sorts of unsettling and strange events occur. If that's not bad enough, nightmares from the past about a brother and sister who were playing pirates on the ship unfold throughout the narrative. The writing here is well done, but the pacing could have been better in certain spots, especially when it comes to the backstory of a few characters. Graphically, Layers of Fear 2 looks impressive on the Nintendo Switch, which usually has games take a hit in the visual department. The various locations you'll visit throughout the experience also look detailed and clean. On top of that, the game performs surprisingly well with an option to have it run at 30 FPS or no limit mode, which allows it to run at an uncapped frame rate that may dip in certain moments but maintains a smooth performance overall. Sound-wise, the voice acting is great for each character. The performance of the director stands out with the chilling and haunting delivery of their dialogue. The sound design does its job of creating a foreboding and haunting atmosphere relatively well, aside from one particular thing that I'll get into a bit later. When it comes to gameplay, players explore the surroundings, examine items, and solve puzzles to progress through the cruise ship. Everything takes place in the first person. The controls take a little getting used to when it comes to movement. Along the way, the game will play a good amount of mind games and tricks on the player during the exploration, from shutting doors to messing around with your surroundings and even making you end up in a surreal place that doesn't resemble the ship. It's a really cool part of the gameplay experience. Also, some parts, items, and occurrences play homage to some of the best horror movies of all time, such as The Shining. On top of that, there are moments where you have to run away from monsters whenever they rear their heads at you, as the actor has no defenses against them and can die in one hit. Dying doesn't set you back too far thanks to an autosave before the chase ever occurs. Still, there's a safe mode difficulty that the monsters spawn for jump scares from time to time, but they will not chase you or attempt to kill you. While I think the safe mode is good for those who just want to enjoy the story, it also kills the tension during these encounters since you can just walk off and do your own thing without them getting in your way. That brings me to the biggest downside of the experience. While the game has a haunting, claustrophobic, intense atmosphere during interactions, it mostly aims to scare the player through jump scares, whether from sounds or visually. Those did elicit a jump from me a few times. The game loses its most prominent feature, the scares. The result is a sense of repetition as you make your way through the game, guessing what will happen behind every corner. The tension is then removed, leaving the atmosphere to pick up the slack, which it never does. The marathon to the ending was fast, and halfway through I felt little satisfaction from the experience. That's not to say I didn't enjoy my time, I just wish there was more here. Layers of Fear 2 on Switch is a well-developed port of a decent psychological thriller. The numerous puzzles and mind games thrown at the player add a layer of engagement that sets the title apart from other games in the genre. However, the reused jump scares and predictable plot remove the player from the haunting halls of the ship to remind them this is just a game, and they might have a better time playing one of the more recent releases from developer Bloober Team. Noisy Pixel is giving Layers of Fear 2 on Nintendo Switch a 6.5 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Please read the full review at noisypixel.net. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers who work hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all our future content.
Noisy Pixel.